Alright, so here is 111, that's the common carotid. And then we have 112 right here, which is the common sinus. Here's 113, the internal carotid. And then above that we have 115, which is the external carotid. Here we have 114, which is the ophthalmic artery. And 116 is superior thyroid artery. And up here on number 117, we have the ascending pharyngeal artery. And 118, we have lingual artery. Okay, 119, we have the facial artery. That is going to come right here as well. Facial artery, and then come under here. Right through here. Here we have 120, which is the ascending palatine artery. And 121, right along here, we have the submental artery. Here's 122, the inferior labial artery. Here's 123, the superior labial artery. Okay, here's 124, the angular artery. And then we have 125, occipital artery. And at 125 again, we have the occipital artery. Around here. Here's 126, we have the posterior auricular artery. And then here is 126 again, the posterior auricular artery. Here is 127, the maxillary artery. Here is 128, the middle meningeal artery. Here is 129, we're looking at the inferior alveolar artery. Here's 130, the mylohyoid artery. Here's 131, and that's the mental artery. Here's 132, the incisive artery. Here's 133, the mesenteric artery. Here's 134, pterygoid artery. Here's 135, we have the deep temporal artery. 136, the buccal artery. Here's 137, the PSA artery. Here's 138, the descending palatine artery. Here's 139, the GP artery. And 140, we have LP Here's artery. 141, the IO artery. Here's 142, ASA Here's artery. 143, MSA Here's artery. 144, the sphenopalatine artery. Here's 145, the nasopalatine artery. Here's 146, superficial temporal artery. Here's 147, transverse facial artery. 148, middle temporal artery. Here's 149, frontal branch of superficial temporal artery. Here's 150, the parietal branch of superficial temporal artery. Here's 151, the internal jugular vein. Here's 152, the facial vein. Here's 153, submental vein. Here is 154, the inferior labial vein. Here's 155, the superior labial vein. Here's 156, the angular vein. Here's 157, the supraorbital vein. And here we've got 158, the ophthalmic veins. 159, we have lingual vein. 160, we have superior thyroid vein. Here is 161, the cavernous venous sinus. Here's 162, PSA vein. 163, pterygoid venous plexus. 164, maxillary vein. And 164, maxillary vein. Here's, right here, 165, IA vein. 166, mental. Here's 167, the superficial temporal vein, and then, and that extends up here. And then we have 167 here as well, superficial temporal. 168, deep facial vein. 169, emissary vein. 170, retromandibular vein. Here's 171, the external jugular vein. 171A, occipital vein. Here's 171B, posterior auricular vein. Here's 171C, anterior jugular vein. Here we have 172, the lacrimal gland. Here's 173, the parotid gland, and then 173A, the Stenson's duct. 174, the submandibular gland, and 174A, which is the Wharton's duct. There's 175, sublingual gland, 175A, Bartholin's duct. And here we have the thyroid gland.